Welcome to Friday Night Fashion. I'm Jo Elvin.
And I'm Amanda Wakeley.
Today, we are talking what I think this is my mastermind subject. Shoes, summer shoes specifically. I'm not much of a heel wearer. We are really about to go into my era where it's all about a bare ankle, a bare toe, and a sandal. I'm never happier than I am in a flat sandal, day or night.
And a very good pedicure. You are listening to two self-confessed shoe addicts. So, here we go.
I have a problem, and I don't have a problem with that. Do you know what I mean?
No,
I love it.
Because, and I'm going to say something a little non-PC here, I don't care if you're having a skinny day or a fat day, and I am using the F word, a good pair of shoes always makes you feel good.
Absolutely. And I have to say as well, a lot of my picks today are on the pricey side. However, any pair of expensive shoes I've bought, I've got a pair of Gucci little flat things with silver buckles all over them. I've had them for nearly 10 years now and they still look the same.
And I totally agree. I've got some beautiful Celine slides that I have had probably for 8 years, and I still get stopped and asked by people where they're from. So our theory is invest in fewer, buy less, buy better. Ka-ching.
You're so wise, Amanda Wakeley. So I am very, very excited to see what you have picked for me to wear this summer.
No, these are for me to wear.
Well, can't we share? Can't we do time share?
We can share.
What size shoe are you?
We can share. I'm a 39, which is a little common.
I'm a 40.
So I never do well in sales.
I do now. My feet grew.
During lockdown?
No, well, after I had my daughter. I don't know what happened.
Well, my feet grew during lockdown because I lived in my Birkenstock furry slides. But actually, I don't mind that because actually I
Not
think...
those cloggy ones that you tried to persuade me on last week.
No, the Arizona, sheepskin Arizona. I think
acceptable.
I'm on my third pair of the same shoe.
They're the best. And as we will see, they've definitely inspired a legion of designers to say, I'll have a bit of that, thank you.
They really have. Yeah. I mean, on that note, those Chloe Rebecca slides in the tan suede with that little bit of sort of blanket stitch around.
That's the thing that caught my eye. That's the thing that my first thought is, why am I paying £650 for essentially a pair of slides? But
God only knows.
I have to say that blanket stitch does make me think, oh, okay, so this is a designer pair. It's just got that little extra something.
It's got that artisanal, handcrafted, looking pretty gorgeous, I think.
Very nice.
Still quite an investment, but Jigsaw have done a very, very chic, sort of flat form slide called the Agnes, and it's 130
It's
quid.
really nice. Jigsaw is actually, I think Jigsaw as a brand really goes through some, I don't know, it really goes through something. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's like, who is this woman? It's having a good phase, I would say. So yes,
it certainly
I love those.
And actually some of their shoes I think are really good. Just for the basics, really good.
Now, you and I had cross words about Mary Jane's last week. So I'm really curious about what you're going to think about some of my choices. I'm going to start with what I think will be your most hated ones, which is the Kurt Geiger Orson crystal sandal. Do you hate them?
I don't love them.
You don't love them?
Funny that, isn't it?
Do you know what? I've got them.
I think you put them on there just to annoy me.
Kind of. But I do own them and I love them. But what I will say
you own them? They're really lovely, Jo. Really lovely.
They look great. They've got all the crystals are different sort of like sorbet shade colors. So you've got like a pale blue, so it looks great with denim. I've got a pink and white pale jumpsuit that I wear it with, and it looks really good.
Oh my God.
What I have to tell you is yesterday when I was looking for something else at the top of my wardrobe, one of them fell from the top of the wardrobe and hit me in the face. That wasn't so good. It really fucking hurt. But
do you think the shoe's trying to tell you something?
Yeah, I think the shoe was like, fuck you. Yeah, so, but
you haven't warned me.
Yeah,
you haven't had your toes done.
I do think that clothes think that. I do anthropomorph. But they also do them in black if the white is too much for you. But I really like them, and I also love. I think Kurt Geiger's great. They really tend to shine in summer. They do all these like fun holiday things, and I think this Evil Eye flat that they do is perfect for
you see,
beach to bar.
You wouldn't know this, but I really find the Evil Eye thing quite creepy.
Do you?
Ooh.
I love it. I love the Evil Eye thing. That's why I love going to Mykonos. It's absolutely full of it, and it kind of puzzles me that it's called an Evil Eye. It looks really pretty, and the whole idea is that it wards off evil. So I don't know why they call them evil eyes, because they're not the evil. The thing that the eye is warding off is the evil.
We might never understand this. By the way, I think those look quite granny.
Do you?
Yeah.
I don't.
And I have this theory that your shoe can make you either look older or cooler. Right. I really, really do. And I think you can be wearing something quite classic. And if you just wear a cool shoe with it, you put a cool edge on it. Or if you put a sort of granny shoe.
I don't think that's granny at all. And I think there's a big push for like raffia on everything from heels to flats.
Oh.
And I love that.
Can I just talk about raffia for a second?
Sure.
My Christian Louboutin raffia trimmed sandals.
I mean, they are pretty damn sexy. Would you pay that amount of money for that shoe?
I'm ashamed to say I would pay that amount of money, hopefully with a discount.
I think you can see the work that's gone into them. My fear would be that you would be shedding those feathers.
What, shedding raffia?
Yeah.
Yes, possibly. But I think those are just those statement shoes. It's a black sandal, but with this fabulous raffia feather effect. That, I mean, just even think of it with just the simplest of little dresses, you know, whether it's color or black, how uber chic. And I just think if you're buying something memorable like that, it will stay in you. It will always transform whatever you're wearing.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like a real, you know, you could feel like you've got nothing to wear, but if you know you've got those to put on at the end of your feet, it's going to transform everything. What I will say is, God, I mean, I can't really do heels anymore. I just find it, I just don't want to be uncomfortable anymore.
I'm slightly with you, but sometimes putting a heel on, you just feel a bit sexier. You move differently.
As long as you don't have to walk very far.
And that is why I selected the Paris, Texas Amanda suede boot.
I mean,
Amanda.
They've literally got your name on them, Amanda. You have to get them.
I think I just see myself, these are tan suede with the toe cut out, stretch, pull them on like a sock. Heaven. And there's something about
brand.
Being in a boot that holds your foot in, that I find it's so much easier. In a heel, you're just in it, and I feel secure in it.
Yeah, it's pretty high though.
Yeah, but imagine that with a pair of great jeans rolled up, a boyfriend jean rolled up, and then you've got this sexy sock shoe with your toes out.
Would you ever, I know the answer to this, I'm just saying it to annoy you. Would you ever put a little coloured sock at the bottom of that, or a little fishnet?
You know what?
Or...
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you thought you were going to get me there, didn't you? Yeah, you didn't. You didn't. I actually quite like that idea.
Yeah.
I'll be nicking it.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, because I won't buy those, because I just know I would put them on and think, oh, I can't walk around in these all night, and take them off again. But they're gorgeous. Yeah.
Talking about, while we're on the subject of fabulous heels, these Aquazurra Capri Tassel
They're
sandals.
amazing.
I mean, they're the best part of a grand. I'm slightly obsessed with this punchy emerald green, because I wear a lot of
It's my
neutrals.
favourite green. It's just so gorgeous, isn't it? I want them. I think they probably do them. I used to have a pair of Aquazurras that were quite similar in a really cobalt blue as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
but the colour it's so pure, so clean. They're absurdly expensive. But the idea that they would move with your foot, I just love that.
I love them.
And you made a funny comment earlier, and it's so true. I think you said, I'm going to wait until until Kurt Geiger or Russell and Bromley knock them off. So that might be a good
Sorry,
idea.
Aquazurra.
Russell and Bromley.
I do think that sometimes,
God,
particularly when I see
that?
things going down the runway, I think that's amazing, but I know that Zara's going to rip that off. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's like,
do you know what? You're absolutely right. The problem is, I can guarantee you, the Zara ones will not be comfortable, and the Aquazurra ones will be comfortable enough.
I can deal with that.
Okay.
I've gone for a lot of comfort in my.
You have gone for serious comfort.
Because I love here to me is a lovely compromise. These Penelope Chilvers metallic sandal, only £199. They do them in a red, they do them in a green, I think they do them in a black. I do, again, I own these. They are enough of a party shoe. What I think is, like, particularly if you want to go out and go dancing or something all night, that's the kind of thing. They're so comfortable, and yet they still look kind of party.
If I'm going out dancing, I am wearing a flat.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
but I'm sorry, I feel like my granny in those. I love Penelope Chilvers. Don't get me wrong.
I love Penelope Chilvers
love
as well.
Her boots.
Yeah, we are just not kindred shoe spirits. We're just not, and that's okay. I actually found these when I read about them in the Telegraph, recommended by Lisa Armstrong. So I think she and I are maybe kindred shoe spirits.
I think you might be.
Yeah, but I really love those. Similarly, for another party option, when you really want to be comfortable, these Aquazurra very, very flat sandals with just the lovely little crystal embellishment.
Now, we double checked the price on these because for Aquazurra, they seemed incredibly inexpensive. They're still £335, admittedly, but that's a lot of designer shoe for the money.
It's I think the clue is they are embellished PVC sandals. So if you are Greta Thunberg, you're probably going to give these a big old thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
But they are, I think, a very seasonless, timeless, lovely little thing to put under a black maxi skirt and party.
I think super, super chic. We agree on those. We could share those.
Let's find something
what
we're going to argue about.
What size are your feet, by the way?
I'm bigger than you. I'm 40.
Oh, I can wing a 40. Yeah, I'll do that.
I can't do a 39.
I'm just going to mention one little top tip that I have discovered. If you fall in love with a designer shoe or boot, for that matter, pop onto Vestiaire, because I have been amazed by how many shoes are never been worn in their boxes, and they're like sort of 60-70%.
She's not getting paid to say that, but we would.
I am not getting paid.
But we would be paid to say it if you want. But it's just she has been wanging on to me all morning about it. She loves it.
And I showed her how to make an offer. Actually, that's another tip, because you can get another 10% off easily by doing that. Well, so, not always. Not everyone is going to accept your offer.
Did you find any of these here?
I did. The Bottega Veneta mules.
You can have those.
Oh, I think they're so cool. So cool. And they've got the lovely Bottega signature quilting. Gorgeous.
I can't explain. I just don't like them. I don't like the colour. I don't like the puffy feet. I just don't like them.
Okay. We won't be competing on those, will we? Now, I picked out these Adidas cross or collab with Wales Bonner for £160.
Yep.
Emerald green, favourite colour.
Yep.
And there's something about when a designer does a collab with a sportswear brand, or actually, you know, it doesn't have to be a sportswear brand, it's with Birkenstock. You know, when Manolo did the collab with Birkenstock.
Yes.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They just take those are gazelles, aren't they?
Yeah.
And they've just taken them to another place, and it's a very cool place.
I love Adidas. I'm not a big fan of the orange contrast on that. I love the fabric, I love the green, I like the stitching, but I'd prefer like a white stripe rather than that extra colour.
Okay.
But yeah,
that's very particular.
Yeah. I am particular about Adidas because I find trainers, I don't know, really pleasing to the eye in a particular way, but that's not it. But I love the ones you've got next to them.
And interestingly, just still on Adidas, they've sort of recovered from the Yeezy effect, and I think they're in a much better place.
Yeah, they're probably my favourite brand for trainers.
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah.
The Gianvito. Well, the thing is, I think we discussed this last week. Me and Gianvito Rossi.
Love
I
affair.
just can't stay away. And those flats.
Okay. Confession.
Yeah.
What did you just buy?
I just bought a pair of chunky black platform soles, which are very similar in the sandal detail that you've got on these aquamarine coloured ones. But yeah, I just love them. I want every single thing in Gianvito Rossi, including these sandals.
I mean, I have to admit, any Gianvitos I've had for a very long time, and there's something cool and timeless about the way they design.
Oh, I love those. Why did you have to show me those?
Could be expensive.
Similar, because they're 600, but then the ones I chose are even more expensive. These gold leaf leather ones, £780. God, I love them.
That they're exquisite, but I worry that for 780,
I don't think they'll last.
They won't last.
I don't think they will.
They won't last.
Even though what we just said is that Gianvito Rossi shoes always last.
These are too delicate.
I don't know if those ones will. So I'm probably just going to covet from afar, or wait till Zara rips them off. So no, we should stop saying that.
I am going to talk about these Isabel Marant tan leather wooden platform sandals.
Can you walk in those?
£690. I think you could. I think you'd be noisy.
I think I'd look like olive oil in those. I think I've got such praying mantis little legs. I think those chunking about on the bottom.
Okay, well, don't brag.
No, I'm not bragging. It's been a bane. I can't get boots to fit anything.
Oh, I think these would look amazing with all the wide leg jeans. They just feel sort of very boho 70s, very, very cool. And I think I can see myself plonking around in those.
I think they're really cool. I think they're cool. I think being boring and practical, I would need a bit more support. I think if it was a similar thing with that platform, but something that supported the back of your ankle a bit more, I think you're going to struggle in those.
No, you're not. Look, you've got the wide strap over the top of the foot. I just think those could be on my shopping list. You
won't be able to rob any houses where you're wearing those.
That's for sure. But you've got a great, huge platform on them, so those are going to give you height without too much heel access.
True.
To round it off.
Well, do you want to go with me or with yours?
Well, I am a Birkenstock Arizona fan.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
But do we feel they have become too democratic? Are too many people wearing them?
Oh God, spoken like only a fashion designer could say. I mean, honestly, we don't want so many of these people wearing them. No, why? Because what I do think is I think that they could push the boat out and reinvent themselves a little bit more. They've got a really fantastic thing. I spent 2 weeks in LA on holiday last summer, absolutely baking heat for days and days and days. I didn't get one blister. I didn't have one horrible day with my feet. Thank you, Birkenstock. But I would love a bit more variety now in what they do with those Arizonas.
I would love a Manolo collab again.
Yeah.
That was genius. And on that happy note, I hope you've enjoyed Friday Night Fashion and our little run through of shoes. We found them actually, this was hard.
Well, my edit was pretty tight, let's put it that way. I thought I was going to see a lot more.
Minute.
Yeah, I thought I was going to see a lot more that I loved. And I found it difficult. So, I mean, not to brag, everyone, but I do kind of see myself as a bit of a shopping Shazam. If you ask me anything about, people say to me, where can I get a dress like this? Where can I get shoes like that? I can usually tell you. So if you want to know anything about where to buy things, or you just want to, there's something that you want us to review and edit on Friday Night Fashion, let us know.
Because we've got lots of ideas, but always love to hear your feedback. And please, if you're enjoying this, can you press the subscribe button on YouTube?
And the like button.
And the like button. And share it. And let us know what you think.